Sky News 4 over Leon Springs, northwest of San Antonio this afternoon. Cops finally stopping a driver at I-10 and Bernie Stage Road after a 20-mile-long chase that sometimes topped 80 miles an hour.
News 4 WOAI's Martha Trevino is live on the ground with the details. Martha?
Well, Deborah, it all began in Castle Hills and ended right here in the middle of this very busy shopping center. Castle Hills police began chasing a man in his 20s, wanted for possession of marijuana and an evading arrest charge. He quickly took off in a green Blazer. He was on I-10 when SAPD officers were called to assist Castle Hills police. They chased him all the way to Leon Springs, driving between 70 to 80 miles per hour.
And we saw a Blazer, a green Blazer, and like 5 police cars behind it. And then they pull into this parking lot, and
Was he driving pretty fast?
yeah, he was driving very fast.
Yeah.
And
He ran out of the Blazer and like ran across the parking lot over to Patio House, in front of Patio House. And then he gave up over there, and then they tackled him.
The driver, who is in police custody, is facing another evading arrest charge. Live in Leon Springs, Martha Trevino, News 4 WOAI.
A picture of scandal is developing right now in Balcones Heights. 2 police officers accused of sexually assaulting and photographing young women. A scandal so shocking, a former mayor now wants the police chief and most of the city council to quit. News 4 WOAI's Tracy Baldwin is live in Balcones Heights with the latest. Tracy?
Randy, it's like a black cloud is looming over this police department. I have a copy of the report involving the 2 officers accused of sexual assault. Now, one man out here says it's more than just the officer's fault. He points the finger at the man in charge. Some may feel you're doing this for political reasons. What's your comment?
I would say that that has no relevance whatsoever because I'm an elected official in another capacity.
Former Balcones Heights Mayor Johnny Rodriguez is not surprised at the scandal at City Hall involving drugs and sex, but he says he's shocked at the real problem at the police department. He says it's the top cop, Police Chief Ken Men.
I want him to resign. I want him out of this city.
As well as the city council.
As well as the majority of the city council members, particularly Linnell Wynn, Benny Cass, and George Mollering. They had complete knowledge of this man's incompetence, and they kept putting it under the rug.
Last year, a Balcones Heights officer caught with cocaine. Then another cop accused of rape. Back then, Chief Men talked to me on camera.
Well, I'd rather not get into that. That was a separate incident. It really has nothing to do with this.
Now, Men won't comment about the current case involving 2 officers suspected of sexually assaulting 5 women back in November.
My question is where was the dispatcher at? Where were other eyes at?
That was Tracy Baldwin reporting from Balcones Heights. Moving on to another story. Guilty of slashing her husband with a box cutter, jurors did not buy Cristina Hernandez's story that she was insane when she attacked her husband back in November of 2001. During that trial, the jurors saw these pictures of Victor Hernandez, the scars and stab wounds. The jurors have sentenced Cristina Hernandez, though, to probation. And it's getting tougher and tougher to fill that gas tank. $1.68 a gallon is the national average for unleaded regular. In San Antonio, it averages $1.55, but here's a shocker. By spring, we could be paying $2 or more a gallon. News 4 WOAI's Steve Linscomb is live with more. Steve?
Well, Randy, that national average price of $1.68 is just 3 cents away from the national record of $1.71. Most folks we talked to today here says it will go nowhere but up.
It does make me mad, but I mean, you know, who can I tell anything to, you know?
How high will they go? At $1.55 a gallon, we're paying less than any city in Texas. But people are already getting fed up and wondering what they'll do if it breaks $2.
I think that's pretty tragic for everybody that needs to go to work every day of the week.
Cabbies pay for their own gas. It's eating them alive.
It makes me upset, but I realize if there's a war coming, and if it does come, it's going to go up. I hear it's already like $2.09 in El Paso.
We get frustrated, angry, okay, but there's nothing we can do.
You think it's bad here? Look at this. In Gorda, California, it's over $3 a gallon. Some of that price is because of special low-emission fuels, but experts say the possibility of war with Iraq is fueling the price fire all over, and we could see Uncle Sam step in.
My magic number, I think, is about $2.50 a gallon. That's just my opinion.
I think if it hits that point, you'd probably see government intervention.
We found a couple of spots along I-10 under $1.50, but with the summer driving season ahead, that may get pretty rare. Now, AAA says that could greatly change what people do and how much they travel for summer vacations, and that, of course, could really impact our local tourism. Reporting live near downtown, Steve Linscomb, News 4 WOAI.
Mardi Gras madness forces the fire marshal to evacuate one Riverwalk nightclub and close down another. Fat Tuesdays for overcrowding, the other polyesters for a faulty fire alarm. News 4 WOAI's Roy Galvan looks into the fire safety records of some of the Riverwalk's most popular nightclubs.
9 o'clock, and the San Antonio Fire Department is cracking down on potentially dangerous situations.
Fire people came up in here and said there were too many people, so they kicked us all out.
Fat Tuesday flooded with people after the fire marshal shut down polyesters across the Riverwalk due to a faulty fire alarm.
They're going to be closed until the fire alarm system is repaired.
We did some checking and found polyester's fire safety record is sprinkled with some minor violations that date back to 1998 and were corrected. The fire marshal discovered the latest infraction Tuesday evening. On big party nights, inspectors get busy.
We started sending guys out as soon as possible early on that day to make sure that the fire codes are being enforced.
An hour later, the fire department evacuates Fat Tuesday for having twice its legal limit of customers.
814 people inside of Fat Tuesdays.
Fat Tuesday's fire safety record also has some minor violations on it, dating back to December of 2001. Those violations were corrected, and the club has not been in violation until last night.
Something that we did is kind of an extra precaution.
The GM tells me the nightclub nightmares in Chicago and Rhode Island have been a wake-up call for all nightclubs. And they're doing whatever it takes to prevent a tragedy from happening at their places. Roy Galvan, News 4 WOAI.
Well, the clerk thought all he wanted was a Kit Kat bar. But when she went to make change for that, he whipped out a gun, ended up ripping off that store. It was all caught on tape at the Diamond Shamrock on Proband on the south side. He got away with everything in the register. Police described this robber as a Hispanic, about 30 years old, 5'9", with a goatee. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 224-STOP. There is a $5,000 reward.
A smoky fire on the northwest side. An auto repair shop on Fredericksburg and Algarita caught fire about 1:30 this morning. A storage room full of waste oil caused all that thick smoke. Damage is set at about $2,000. No word yet on how it started. Last week's winter blast left one highway here a crumbling mess.
But now it's about to get a major makeover. We're talking about Highway 87, east of China Grove, out in East Bexar County. TxDOT crews began repairing that stretch of road yesterday after we showed you those potholes. They're ripping up the road that was so badly gutted with potholes it actually had to be shut down. Just too dangerous to drive on a stretch of it. Crews will now work through the night, and barring any equipment or weather delays, they hope to have everything done by Friday. And more work is scheduled for that area of Highway 87 later this summer.
San Antonio city leaders begin the process of turning San Antonio's south side into Toyota Town, USA. Tomorrow, the city council is expected to authorize buying 2,000 acres needed for the plant near Highway 90 around Lackland. It's expected to take about a month to buy up all the property. The first purchase will be for a 200-acre section. The contracts for the deals have already been drawn up. By the time it's over with, the city will have spent about $14 million on the land.
America at war, and today some students all over the country walked out of their classes to protest the possibility of war with Iraq. And what was supposed to have been a peaceful protest here at San Antonio College turned to chaos. Someone among the spectators of that protest threw firecrackers right in the middle of the crowd of about 80 protesters. Though many people ducked for cover or ran. Police, though, were not able to catch the person who threw them into that crowd. But afterward, the protesters continued their anti-war rally.
So what do you think needs to be done?
I think that if the United States shows that we're for peace, then other countries will follow along. If we want to be friends with them, they're going to be friends with us.
High school students from Taft, Edison, Clark, Alamo Heights, and Harlandale left classes early to attend the rally, but many of them for that will get detention. More allegations of lies by Saddam Hussein. The Bush administration says that U.S. intelligence shows Iraq is still trying to hide its weapons of mass destruction. Secretary of State Colin Powell says even as Iraq is destroying some of its missiles, it is secretly producing more. President Bush talked about battle plans with his national security team today, and the White House hopes the latest allegations will build Security Council support at the UN for military action.
U.S. Congressman Charlie Gonzalez snags $150,000 to help San Antonio slim down. A study by the Centers for Disease Control found San Antonio leads the country in obese adults. Gonzalez says this federal money will boost the Fit City, Fit Schools initiative. That's designed to promote better fitness among San Antonians of all ages. And the program will also provide healthier choices in public vending machines.
Just because you don't see a police officer around doesn't mean you won't get caught breaking the law. A new bill being considered up in Austin would allow remote cameras to record the license plates of drivers who run red lights and break the law, and you wouldn't even know you got caught until you'd get a $75 ticket in the mail with a picture of you running that light. Supporters say it would save lives and raise money for transportation projects. Well, we talk with people here to see what they think.
It'll keep the streets safer. It's a public version of a webcam. We got those plenty. Don't need no more.
That's not fair.
Tell me why. Tell me what you...
Because that's like, I don't know, invading my privacy or something.
If it passes, San Antonio would install cameras at 10 intersections here to start with. So today's Instapoll question, are those proposed cameras a good way to catch red light runners or an invasion of your privacy? Here's what some of you had to say.
If I'm going to be written a ticket and I want to contest it, I'd like a live body that wrote the ticket in court with me.
I think it's a great idea. If it makes people slow down enough to save one life, it's worth it.
I think it's just going to cause more accidents because people are going to be slamming on their brakes.
And on our website, WOAI.com, 70% of you say yes, the cameras are a good way to catch red light runners, while 30% say no, it's an invasion of privacy. I want to thank everybody who voted.
Computer monitors that can burst into flames.
That and much more coming up from the News 4 WOAI 24-hour Newsplex.
The troubleshooters with recall information on dangerous computer monitors and riding lawnmowers. Plus, a religious tradition celebrating the beginning of Lent this Ash Wednesday.
And are you needing some sunshine? Well, I have better news for at least part of the weekend. We'll have all the details coming up after the break.
News 4 WOAI is brought to you by the Express News.
Remember, the United Nations was crushed tonight. The battle has
Hi, I'm Avril Lavigne.
AOL Broadband.
Hi, I'm Faith Hill.
Get up close and personal with your favorite artists.
Dirty Nelly.
Sessions at AOL.
Hey, this is Josh Groban.
Radio at AOL. Over 175 channels of CD quality music.
Wave your mouse in the air from side to side and rock with me.
And Broadband Rocks, AOL's weekly concert series.
Call now and get installed within hours, plus get 45 days free. So what are you waiting for? Call now.
On an all-new Dateline Friday, the clock is ticking. It looks like a crime is about to happen. But this time, the police are watching. And so are we, with hidden cameras.
I'm Stone Phillips. Join me for an all-new Dateline Friday at 9, 8 Central on NBC.
News 4 WOAI is brought to you by Pearl Vision.
It's Pearl Vision's 2 for You sale. Buy one pair of glasses, get an additional pair of equal or lesser value free. So you can get a great-looking pair for work and another great pair for play. And at Pearl Vision, you'll always find hundreds of fashion frames to choose from. Right now, during our 2 for You sale, buy one pair, get an additional pair of equal or lesser value free. This sale's just too good to miss. And Pearl Vision accepts most vision plans.
After reviewing the standards file, what?
How's it going, Mom?
Your mom hasn't studied in a long time.
Mom, do you want anything?
Not now, honey.
Okay.
It's more than just that great peanut taste. Choosing Jif is a small, simple way of letting someone know you care.
I got in case you needed a break or something.
You made that for me?
Moms like you choose Jif.
For families that talk a lot, Singular's got a deal for you. When you sign up for Singular's Family Talk plan for just $39.99, you get 5,000 night and weekend minutes to share, and you can add up to 3 lines for $19.99 per line per month. You can also get up to 4 free phones. And if your family really talks a lot, you'll be glad to know that you can call each other for free with unlimited mobile to mobile. Family Talk from Singular Wireless.
You're watching News 4 WOAI.
That's a familiar sound in some rural South Texas counties, coyotes, and they are hated by ranchers. But in one county, the coyotes will be a little safer. That's because Guadalupe County commissioners just voted to end a bounty on coyotes. The $15 bounty for dead coyotes had been criticized by animal rights activists. That bounty program started back in 1996 during a rabies outbreak. That threat passed, but the bounty stayed. Many ranchers tell us they will kill coyotes whether there's a bounty or not.
Computer monitors that can cause a fire and a dangerous lawnmower. We've got a recall roundup at our Troubleshooters Consumer Alert. First, the monitor. There are 56,000 IBM monitors being recalled. The monitor circuit board can overheat and smoke, posing a fire hazard. Several different models on the recall list, all of them made between June and September of 1997. You can log on to WOAI.com for a complete list of the model numbers. And before you hop on a riding mower like this, beware. Murray is recalling 270,000 riding lawn tractors. The fuel tank can crack and leak fuel. That can cause burns and a fire hazard. The tractors were sold under the Murray and Stanley brand names at Walmart and Home Depot between November of 2000 and January of this year. For a complete list, log on to WOAI.com.
You may have noticed it's Ash Wednesday. That's the beginning of the Lenten season around the world. The faithful lined up at San Fernando Cathedral this morning, even before the sun was up, to receive the traditional ashes on the forehead. Now, the ashes are to symbolize repentance and a renewal of faith, as many people in different Christian denominations will also give up a favorite food or drink or something for the next 40 days to symbolize their sacrifice. San Fernando will offer ashes every half hour until 9 tonight.
It took London's West End by storm and then was a smash on Broadway. Tonight, the music of ABBA takes to the stage at San Antonio's Majestic Theater.
Mamma mia, here I go again. How can I resist ya?
The story is told through the songs of the 70s pop band ABBA, about a 40-something single mom who recalls memories of carefree days and careless nights. Her daughter, meantime, dreams of tradition, romance, and a big white wedding.
And it's about family and coming together and finding out who you are, and it's just, it's a big party every night.
Mamma Mia runs through Sunday, March 16th at the Majestic.
Now, your WOAI forewarned storm team forecast.
And if you're heading downtown to catch the show, you can see from Sky News 4 and Travis Blair out there flying around in a lot of clouds. And those clouds are going to stay with us as we go through tonight and, yes, into tomorrow. The good news as far as the rain, though, forewarned Doppler, you'll see that rain pushing on out of the area. That's some of that light to moderate rainfall that was around earlier today. Tonight, I still expect a little drizzle to be out there. It should be very spotty, and most of it will be east of San Antonio. Now, the clouds are around. They're not going anywhere. In fact, you see on our 4-1 satellite that they actually increase back up over the hill country late this afternoon. Some places, though, like Del Rio, well into the 70s today. You had more sunshine if you were west of San Antonio. In town and to the east, we've had much cooler temperatures. Check out the temperature spread from our 4-1 storm stations all around the region. There's that 78 still out in Del Rio. Lots of 60s from Barksdale down to Eagle Pass and Carrizo Springs. The flip side of that is 51 in town, where we've had clouds all day long. The sun tried to come out but didn't quite make it. I think we'll have a better chance tomorrow. And notice Goliad Middle School, one of our cooler spots at 46 degrees. So a huge range in temperatures. Clouds will stay with us tonight. So places east of town, your temperatures will not drop off very much. West of town, though, yes, you're heading back into the 40s tonight. You'll see we still have the moisture coming in off the Pacific. There's the next system, though, coming out of New Mexico. Most of that energy will pull north, I think, and it looks like drizzle will be with us tonight as the front is just kind of fizzling out now, moving on southward. Breezy for the afternoon, and as that low moves on to the northeast, things look like they're going to dry out a little bit for us. Yes, I'm talking a little sunshine as we head into late tomorrow and into Friday. Fog, though, could be a problem tonight and tomorrow morning. Our 4-1 predictor at 11 o'clock this evening. You'll see some patchy fog east and south of town. By 6 in the morning, some of that fog for you folks over in Hallettsville, Cuero, Beeville, that could be dense. May have a little fog, though, even in town. Here's your 4-1 Storm Team forecast tonight. Lots of clouds, little drizzle's going to be out there. Fog late night, dropping off to 45, our low tonight. Tomorrow, kind of that yucky, murky start, but the afternoon actually looks pretty good. Expecting a little sunshine to break through. It will be breezy. We're heading into the 60s. Your weekend, Saturday, looking better. And I love it. In the 70s, Friday and Saturday. By the way, SeaWorld opens on Saturday. Sunday may have a few showers and storms to deal with. Our 4-1 Storm Team 7-day forecast improving by tomorrow afternoon, and that's going to last through Friday, which is a great way to wrap up a work week that's been on the yucky side. Next week, notice we go from the 70s to a high Wednesday of 60.
All right, thanks, Jennifer.
Don's here with sports. We're talking about Jason Kidd in town, coming to San Antonio, and maybe coming to San Antonio for good next year.
There's a lot of Spurs fans who would like that to be the case.
But it's a little awkward for him, I suppose?
I would think so, with all his Nets teammates with him being in San Antonio, knowing what he said at the All-Star game. They weren't real happy about that at the time. Jason Kidd is in San Antonio. Wait till you hear what his teammate says to the cameras as he got off the bus today. And how will Tony Parker react to all the Kidd talk? Tomorrow's the game. The latest coming up.
On the next Access Hollywood, the truth about Michael and his money. Then, Kelly Ripa's leading man delivers baby news, plus Rob Lowe's big career move. Next Access Hollywood.
Tonight after News 4 WOAI at 6.
This is Bill with Bill's Tractor of San Antonio, and we've got lots of package deals on the new Mahindra tractor. Saddle up a new 35-horse Mahindra with front loader and shredder, only $1,000 down and $230 a month. Another hot package is a 35-horse Mahindra with shredder, disc, blade, and post hole digger for $600 down and $165 a month. $500 rebate and 0% financing available on any new Mahindra. The tractor that outsells, outlifts, outweighs, and outworks the competition. Call Bill's Tractor or see our website at billstractor.com.
In the air today, we have mold, ash, and mulberry. All are light.
I was born on the yellow Estacado. Being 100% Texan is a way of life, and the best way to live it is in a 100% Texas truck, a Dodge truck. And now during Dodge Truck Month, our best trucks offer Texas-size savings with our best financing offers. Or you can get a generous cash allowance on Motor Trend's 2003 Truck of the Year, plus our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. Add it all up, and it equals the best values in America during Dodge Truck Month at your Texas Dodge dealer.
This is Ticket 760 Sports on News 4 WOAI.
Well, it's what a lot of Spurs fans have been wishing for. Jason Kidd has come to San Antonio. Well, kind of. He's in town for tomorrow's game. The Nets arrived from Dallas just a little while ago. Kidd and company lost to the Mavericks last night. Very interesting that the Nets stayed in Dallas last night after the game instead of coming to San Antonio and having a free day here. Maybe they didn't want Jason spending any more time in San Antonio than necessary. Kidd didn't want to speak to the cameras, but listen to what teammate Kenyon Martin had to say.
Who else they looking for, man? The dude ain't coming here, man.
Wow, dude ain't coming here, man. Martin hopes that's the case. Kidd has made no secret about the fact he'd love to be able to play with Tim Duncan. And when we talked to him at All-Star Weekend, he hinted that he might like wearing that Spurs silver and black. You are a Raider fan, though, so the colors work.
I like the colors. The colors
got that going for him.
Yeah, they got the good colors, you know, silver and black. So, you know, I'm a Raider fan, though.
Being politically correct, all of the talk about Kidd possibly coming to the Spurs definitely been heard by the Spurs' Tony Parker. Is he affected by it, and does it bother him?
You're asking a philosophical question. Of course, it could bother a 20-year-old, but in Tony Parker's situation, I think all he really cares about are two things right now. If you ask me, he's going to want to win the basketball game, and he's going to want to play hard against a great point guard. I think that's where his focus is because he knows he can't control the world.
A lot of hype going to be surrounding tomorrow's game. It's the Nets and the Spurs. Note the early tip time at 6:30 at the SBC Center on Spurs Radio 1200 WOAI. Looks like MJ's farewell season may not be without injury. Jordan suffering back spasms. He is a game-time decision for tonight's game with the Clippers. Hey, Bill Parcells going with another familiar face in Big D. The Cowboys have landed free agent tackle Ryan Young. He played with the Texans last year, but he also played the previous 3 years with the Jets and was a draft pick of Parcells back in '99. Looks like he's going to replace Solomon Page as the starter at right tackle. State championship fever back at Sam Houston. The girls squad made the trip last week. Now it's time for the boys. None of these players were even born the last time the then Cherokees, now Hurricanes team made it this far. The whole community's buzzing.
The east side of San Antonio is ready for this. It's been a long time coming. It's 20 years since we went last time. And there's a lot of people that I've heard from in the last 2 days that I haven't heard from in 10 or 15 years. And they're really excited about it.
Coach Dickey was there 20 years ago. He's done a great job. The Hurricanes play second-ranked Beaumont-Ozen tomorrow night, 7:30 in Austin. One of the biggest names in NFL free agency, switching teams, quarterback Jake the Snake Plummer, leaving the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to the Denver Broncos. Plummer will replace Brian Greasy, who is also a free agent, looking for a team.
And
Jerry Jones, Brian Greasy, maybe somebody the Cowboys.
But Emmitt Smith then may wind up
in Arizona. He's going to visit there next week.
And Jason Kidd may wind up.
San Antonio Spurs fans may hope so. Some do. Some like Tony Parker. And,
right.
You know?
Well, they can both stay. A final look at weather when we come back. Why not?
Last Thursday, while watching NBC, America enjoyed a few good laughs.
A few laughs? Were you there?
So, how can we possibly top that? With NBC's Night of 1,000 Laughs, Part 2.
Are you intrigued?
You're flinging right I am.
6 great comedies, 3 episodes of Friends.
Okay, now you've gone too far, Missy.
So grab a friend and get there early. NBC's Night of 1,000 Laughs, Part 2, Thursday at 8, 7 Central.
The Stampede's headed your way. It's Truck Month at your Texas Ford dealer.
I'm a Ford truck man.
Time for every man and woman to round up huge savings on the best in Texas. Like Ford F-150, the bestseller 26 years running. Now with 0% financing or $2,500 cash back. Or get a super deal on Super Crew and pocket $2,000 cash or choose 0% APR. For a stampede of savings, get to your Texas Ford dealer.
Hi, may I help you?
You guys got seafood?
Yeah.
Got anything bigger, like a family meal?
Yeah.
That's a family meal?
Yep. That's the mommy, that's the daddy, and that's the baby.
Just because it's seafood doesn't mean it's seafood country. But at Long John Silver's, whatever size your family, you get seafood the way it ought to be. Like our famous mouth-watering batter dip fish and shrimp treasure meals in 3 different sizes starting from $3.99. Treasure Combo, Treasure Variety Platter, or new Treasure Family Meal. Long John Silver's, this is seafood country.
East of town, temperatures already in the 40s with the clouds. This evening in town, around 50 at 10. Yes, it looks like a little fog, and also that drizzle is going to stick around tonight, but I do think some improvements by late tomorrow.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Jennifer. That's all for News 4 WOAI at 6. Thanks for joining us.
Don't forget, tonight at 10, a woman says her health depends on VIA. Find out what she says the bus company is letting her down, only on News 4 WOAI at 10.
Access Hollywood is next, and for continuing coverage, check out News Radio 1200 WOAI. Good night. We'll see you at 10. And if Jason Kidd is watching...
Next on Access Hollywood, LaToya and Michael's voodoo curse, and is he really broke? Plus Madonna's baby surprise to Kelly Ripa. What Sex and the City star split with her husband? Who cleaned up Christina? Next.
At iMart Express, we beat the competitors 50% off sale prices every day. Just listen.
I got 1 pair of glasses for only $38.74.
iMart Express has over 1,000 frames to choose from.
I got my glasses with bifocal lenses for only $58.74.
iMart has 1-hour service.
My glasses with the new progressive lenses were only $88.74. iMart Express will beat
any price on brand name frames.
Or they're free.
6 San Antonio locations and in Laredo and Victoria.
Mamma mia.
This is the musical about a wedding. And this is the reception it gets every night. 22 of ABBA's greatest hits woven into one hot new musical, Mamma Mia. Sold out in London, a smash hit on Broadway, and now you can see it here.
Now through March 16th at the Majestic Theater. Get tickets now. Part of AT&T Wireless Broadway in San Antonio. Welcome by News 4 WOAI, a Clear Channel event.
I was born on the yellow estacado. Being 100% Texan is a way of life, and the best way to live it is in a 100% Texas truck, a Dodge truck. And now during Dodge Truck Month, our best trucks offer Texas-size savings with our best financing offers. Or you can get a generous cash allowance on Motor Trend's 2003 Truck of the Year, plus our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. Add it all up, and it equals the best values in America during Dodge Truck Month at your Texas Dodge dealer.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's Think Big Month at Sonic, featuring our biggest burger ever, the Big Cheese. 2 patties, 3 slices of smoky cheddar topped with bacon and honey pepper sauce and made to order. And try our thousands of drink flavor combinations like our new Orange Cool Breeze.
The station that plays while you work. Soft Rock 101.9.
Right now on Access Hollywood.
I felt that they were unfair to him.
LaToya Jackson back in public and defending her embattled brother.
What about the sleeping with young boys?
Plus,
the spending is out of control.
Is Jackson really flat broke?
Diane Sawyer's stern warning from Washington.
We're reporters. Right. You tell us to leave.
Why news stars have been told to stay away from the Middle East.
It's kind of a whole other world for me, so it's exciting.
How Christina is cleaning up her dirty world.
What Grammy winner still lives above this barber shop?
And a Sex and the City star splits with her husband.
She's very sexy and funny.
Oh, yeah, baby. It's Lowe's love connection with Gwyneth and his plan for primetime.
It's like a top secret experiment at the moment.
A Jackson family member addresses those headlines. LaToya Jackson speaks out. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Access Hollywood. I'm Sean Robinson and for Nancy O'Dell.
Hello, Sean. Hi, folks. I'm Pat O'Brien. Well, LaToya may be the one Jackson